Minnesota police have admitted that state troopers and Minneapolis police officers have went around slashing tires. So now they had slashed the tires of dozens of cars late last month during the protests over the killing of George Floyd. So now the tires, or I should say the vehicles in which these police officers had slashed the tires of, belonged to demonstrators, medics, and journalists. So now I want to show you one of the videos here that was posted that was verified by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. And they said that their videos, of course, are legitimate, of officers dressed in military uniforms, puncturing tires of idle vehicles as protests against police brutality and racial injustice erupted. Bruce Gordon, spokesperson for the Department of Public Safety, said in a statement that state patrol troopers strategically deflated tires in an effort to stop behavior such as vehicles driving dangerously and at high speeds in and around protesters and law enforcement. We're here to protect you. We're just making sure that people don't drive crazy by slashing your tires. Now, I'm going to show you this video of who was affected the most. So take a look.
I just got back to my vehicle, parked in a lot, and the police slashed 1, 2, 3, 4 of my tires. And they've also slashed every other car that's parked in this lot's tires. Every car that's parked here has their tires slashed. Every single car. Unbelievable. I can't get home now.
Hey, but we're doing it for your safety. Even though you're in the parking lot, we're still going to slash your tires. Ridiculous. Wow. Now, Gordon also said that the patrol officers targeted vehicles that were carrying, quote, items used to cause harm during violent protests. Okay, well, where's your proof of that? Oh, you didn't provide any. Right. Dude, come on. Are you serious? Now, a lot of people assume that protesters were to blame, but it was actually the police. Now, somebody said that, New York reporter Luke Mogelson said that these tires were slashed as he covered May 31st protests in Minneapolis. And according to Mother Jones, officers were following orders from the state multi-agency command center. So this was an order from on high. Slash them tires. That's what they said. And according to Mogelson, these officers that were doing it had grins on their faces and were laughing. This is when they told him, Mogelson, that they had slashed his tires. Hey, man, you know what's great? What was really awesome and hilarious? Us slashing your tires. Good luck getting home. Not only that, but your documentary producer, Andrew Kimmel, as I showed you, he was part of that video. He returned to his Kmart parking lot only to find that he had had all of his 4 tires slashed. And as I mentioned before, they slashed every other car, every single car. And in an interview in the Kmart parking lot later that same morning, a tow truck driver told Kimmel that he was, quote, so busy towing cars that had their tires slashed. Quote, medics over there, news crews, random people that were just here to protest, and tires slashed. It's unbelievable. Who are the thugs? Peaceful protesters and news crews, the press, or the police slashing tires? The police want to say, oh, no. The protesters, those guys are the thugs. Those guys are the real danger while we're out here literally destroying your property. I'm not saying that these protests haven't had their shares of violence and vandalism and smashing of windows. But you've also had police that have slashed tires and have been accused of putting in agent provocateurs, putting in random pallets of bricks to entice people into throwing them naturally, and to try to justify the heavy-handed response from police that we've seen, which involves them pushing over 75-year-old men, cracking skulls, and going after not just protesters, but the press. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing from the police thuggish behavior. This is why there is a national call to defund police. We see these tactics, we see them for what they are, and we want to do something about them. We have to do something about them because, again, this is absolutely unacceptable. Now, Minneapolis says that we're gonna disband the police and then reform as something different, something better for the community. Well, I think that's a good place to start. You get rid of all the police officers, fire them all, and then restructure to something different. You take the funding that went to heavy-handed tactics, that went to, riot police and this equipment that they have that makes them look like military members. No, get rid of that, and you fund other parts of the community that will actually help reduce crime, and you actually return the police to what they should be, officers of the peace officers, and not people that you would expect to see in the streets of Afghanistan. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.